Today, from Lumen Field in Seattle, it's Week 12 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Drew Lock and the Seattle Seahawks taking on Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders.
It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle, and we just heard it, and that means it's time for football at Lumen Field. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. The beat goes on, doesn't it? A perfect 10-0 to start the campaign.
And it's a good locker room to be in, too. Guys don't show up on game day hoping to win. They expect to win. And so far, they've yet to have a letdown.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Getting a look at this Seahawk offense as they come out there. And the quarterback brought in as part of that big offseason trade. Now in his 4th NFL season, Drew Lock.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Lock off of play action. He's going to get this complete here to Lockett. Touchdown, Seahawks. Tyler Lockett with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Seahawks get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes...
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Al Woods in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, if they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now a play fake. Carr. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's complete to Cole. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Just keep going. It's all right.
Personal foul.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Tyler Lockett trotting onto the field, getting set for this next drive. And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal.
So Tyler Lockett. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett with career touchdown number 60. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. The touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Phillips now from the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Carr going to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Seahawks with a 1st and 10. Lock gets ready to go. Right at the 30. To throw it is Lock. This complete to Lockett. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they've played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
Yeah, and when you do say 10-0, it can't scare you as a team. Just think about it this way. For most of the year, they've been playing to win their division and get to the playoffs. Now the playoffs are just about a foregone conclusion. So now they have to down-focus their thoughts about getting home field advantage and finishing unbeaten, and they need to make sure they keep it in that order.
Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, here's Lock. And that is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Lock will try again on 2nd down, escaping the pressure right. He'll get that complete to Parkinson. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Was close to the line of scrimmage, and they say he stepped over.
Well, when you see him in that position, you think he's become a runner. As a DB, you start to react towards the line of scrimmage. They can often throw it over your head.
Steps away to his left. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Here's Carr to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Shotgun now for Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Seahawks with a 1st and 10. Locke gets ready to go at their 25-yard line. On play action, Locke. He's got a man, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Rolling to his left. And this one is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try and pass downfield that fell incomplete. Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
From the gun, it's Locke. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Well, the final weekend of November is upon us. Boy, can you believe December right around the corner? Always seems to get here quickly. But coming up tonight, we wrap up the holiday weekend with the Packers and Eagles from Philly at 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow night, we wrap up Cyber Monday with the Steelers and Colts from Indianapolis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Carr. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. On play action, it's Carr. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And he's got room. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Second and 8. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Adams. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 16. Into the red zone. It's Carr. And he'll just get rid of it.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Carr. And that is incomplete. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds. And now 4th down. The kick by Carlson is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
This fielded right at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time.
And a nice spin into some open field. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Will Dissling in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now up to 14. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And not not wanting to risk anything here late in the half. He'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. The final shot here before half for Carr. He'll look downfield for Waller. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We begin with a battle in the American Southwest. The LA Chargers making the short flight down to take on Arizona. And it's the Cardinals who have the lead as they play the second quarter. A.J. Green, a touchdown reception. From there, we head up to Kansas City to check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And you can see there, it's the visiting L.A. Rams who have the lead in that one. Matthew Stafford, 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to Silicon Valley to check on the 49ers at home at Levi Stadium. And they've gone to the half in that one with the visiting Saints out on top. 2 touchdown passes there for Jameis Winston. In the game you're watching, it's been Drew Lock with a strong first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. This offense, Charles, had a
was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Play action. Now it's Carr. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Al Woods picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Returnable for Lockett. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Seahawks with a 1st and 10. Lock gets ready to go at their 35-yard line. They look to throw. It's Lock eluding the pressure right. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. Lock now on first down. Buying time to his left. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 29-yard line. On first down, Locke dancing to his left. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ball game. The wrong choice on that one. That one goes incomplete.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Locke. Forced out to his left. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. Touchdown! Chris Carson, 29 yards. And the Seahawks have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Short throw going to be caught by Waller, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Clock now to throw. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Let's give him the credit he deserves because he can really do no wrong. It's got to be demoralizing for a defense to have someone who can cut up your secondary all game long with his arm and then rip off a huge gain like this with his legs. A championship effort from that man under center.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. Being chased out left. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. Here's Locke. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of control.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw his Carr. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defensive side of the ball, and unfortunately there it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked them apart the entire game, but it's got to come out in a different way. You can't hit him illegally. Stop him downfield the way you're supposed to.
Another 1st down, this time on a gain of 19. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters, and this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th, but a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Carr, a short one here, secured by the tight end Waller. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Carr to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Jacobs. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Slant to Adams. Touchdown Raiders. Davante Adams from 21 yards away. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they...
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, 47 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Phillips now from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So out come the Raiders. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Throwing on first down is Carr. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. Throwing on second and long. Carr caught out right by Renfro. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on third and long. From the gun, it's Carr. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. I think they're just a product of trying to buy themselves 5 extra yards.
Yeah, they want to help their punter out, right? Help with the angle, trying to pin the ball deep. That's exactly what they did there.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Throwing on second and long. Lock out to his left. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Oh, he's been fun to watch in this one. He's made the correct reads all game long and helped stake his team a huge lead. Running, passing, he's made all the right decisions. But that wasn't the right read on that one. It falls incomplete.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down to close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
In his own end zone, it's Carr. And quickly into the hands of Waller. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Carr now on first down. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Meanwhile, Carr's throw taken in by Adams. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Carr again. And the throw there going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now Carr, got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll actually throw it with Locke. Flushed out right. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
Clock now on first down. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
So the victory here for Seattle. And when you break it down, you know, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting, but obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You know, you just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, Let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for the Seahawks, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile,